13 worst predictions made on Earth Day, 1970. Yeah, it's on my website. I'll read it to you. Here are the 13 worst predictions made on Earth Day in 1970 by Barbara Boland. Let's see the 13. Let's see what they predicted. 1. Here's what they said on Earth Day in 1971. Civilization will end in 15 or 30 years unless immediate action is taken against problems facing mankind. That was Harvard biologist George Wald. Where is he today? Probably in a nursing home in Boca Raton, talking to himself in front of a curtain in the corner. 2. Washington University biologist Barry Commoner, remember how big he was? He said, we are in an environmental crisis which threatens the survival of this nation and of the world as a suitable place of human habitation. Tell that to the people who made fortunes in real estate. 3, New York Times editorial from 1970. Well, I do have to read this to you. It's already okay. Here's one of the biggest idiots in the history of the world is Stanford University biologist Pearl Ehrlich, who I think is still alive. I think he's still a tenured professor, by the way. He still has students who have to listen to him. Listen to what this jerk said in 1970. Population will inevitably and completely outstrip whatever small increases in food supplies we make. The death rate will increase until at least 100 to 200 million people per year will be starving to death during the next 10 years. You hear it? He's still on tenure at Stanford. We now have an obesity epidemic from the starvation. You know, we're going to look back in 20 years at the schmucks now pushing global warming. They're going to laugh at this. Here's another thing that the great Pearl Ehrlich wrote. He was big in his day. And I'm quoting now. Most of the people who are going to die in the greatest cataclysm in the history of man have already been born. By 1975, he wrote, some experts feel that food shortages will have escalated the present level of world hunger and starvation into famines of unbelievable proportions. Other experts, more optimistic, think the ultimate food population collision will not occur until a decade of the 1980s. And they still collect tenure. It's amazing to me. Number 6 quote from Earth Day in 1970. Dennis Hayes, chief organizer for Earth Day. It is already too late to avoid mass starvation. And now the biggest problem is obesity. Ask Michelle Obama. Okay, ecologist Kenneth Watt wrote this. At the present rate of nitrogen buildup, it's only a matter of time before light will be filtered out of the atmosphere and none of our land will be usable. That was the big bugaboo of 1970 was nitrogen buildup. Now they shifted from nitrogen to carbon dioxide, you hear? There was a thing against gases. I don't know what it is. I think the reason the libs have such a fear of gases is because they're so filled with hot gases in their brains. The bubbles from the seltzer as a child, I think it was from growing up in Queens and Brooklyn. Many of them drank seltzer, that's carbonated water at the tables. Their parents were all communists, red diaper, baby children is who they made. And the red diaper children then added insult to injury by smoking too many joints, and so you had a red diaper doper baby born. And as a result, the toxic buildup of the bubbles from the seltzer, which went to their brains, distorted their reality, and they were fit for only one thing, which was either professing at a university or becoming a Democrat. I'll be right back.